I thought you thought. You know who this is. I don't need an introduction. But some people may think I may need an introduction. Because they're always trying to blurt out my message. Y'all get that later. It's Mr. Unknown, man. I'm in the building.
And Miss Kiki.
And who?
Miss Kiki.
Okay. Miss Kiki. Okay. That's what's up. So we're going to go ahead and get into this today because I got some questions that the listeners then sent in, and I've compiled a list. I've compiled a list of the most asked questions so far. 2024, no doubt. And I'm about to start rattling them off. And since Kiki's in the house, she's going to have to answer some of these questions. Because I thought you thought, cause if this is your first time listening, I'm just going to let you know, I'm just going here and we're going to spit out some topics. And it's not even topics. This is real life. This is real. The stuff you're going to go through today. The stuff you're going to go through tomorrow. The shit you're going to go through next week. The shit you're not going through today. And the shit you're going through today. Believe me. But when you get it, you get it. But I'm going to go ahead and start the show with some questions for Kiki.
Go ahead. I've been waiting.
How are you feeling today?
Like always. Gold.
I don't know how you always feel.
Like gold.
Gold? Oh, so you gold?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you belong on a mantle? Is that what you're saying? You brewed from champions. Okay.
You and your jokes. Here we go. Thought you thought.
Yeah, I thought you thought. All right, I got a simple question. All my listeners listen to this. Haters. This includes you too.
You got some of them?
But yeah, everybody got a hater. Even your body has a shadow. So even when you shine, there's always something behind you. So pay attention. I got a question for you. It's not a yes or no question, but I just wanted to get the spill or, the information from you and, say how you feel about this topic. And we'll just go from there and, we're going to do what I thought you thought from there.
All right.
Are you ready?
Ready like spaghetti.
Okay. Because I don't expect you to have the correct answer when I ask you these questions. But I just want you to come off and just be as real as you can. Okay?
That's how I'm always.
Okay. All right. Oh, this is new to me. All right. Is being aware old?
No.
Do you think that's played out?
No.
And why is that?
Because you're supposed to be.
Aware of what?
Of everything. When you're walking down the street, you better be aware.
Aware of what?
Of shit that might pop off.
And what is shit that's supposed to pop off? If you're a good, upstanding citizen.
You want me to elaborate?
Yeah, if you're a good, upstanding citizen, what will pop off?
Anything. You never know. People are grimy these days.
In certain neighborhoods, there's no such thing as griminess. I want you to explain the temperature you're talking about. I'm just saying. That's the question. Is being aware, is that getting old? Because I see a lot of people that's not aware. Like, it be stuff going in front of them.
You could be walking down the street, and if you ain't aware of where you walking, you can trip. You can fall. Okay,
and if you fall and die, should anybody care about that? Because you weren't aware?
I wonder if you fall, do you make a noise?
Yes.
You sure?
No, because this reminds me of a story of a woman, teenager at that, who was blind. No. She was deaf. No, my bad. Let me correct. She was deaf in my local city. Rest in peace to this lady. This young lady got hit by a train, but she was on her iPhones,
how is she on the iPhone and deaf? And
No. She was blind. No, she was blind. I'm kidding. I got right. She had the iPhones on. This is the deep part of the story. I know you're like, hey, how you fucking up the story that quick? I know I did fuck up the story right there. But I had to think about the logistics of the story. She was blind, but she could hear. She had her headphones in. She was walking home. She walked across the railroad tracks to get hit by the train. Game over.
So, you get
now awareness.
How the hell did you not hear the train?
No.
You don't have. There's not much. There's not
okay,
enough noise cancellation.
No. No. You're right.
You cannot.
Let me go back. You're right. She was not on her iPhone. She was on her cell phone. She was on a device. Now I remember. Now it was. I fucked that whole story up, and y'all laughing at me right now. That's cool. That's Gucci. Let me go back. This is the real. This is no story. You could fact check it all you want, but she was definitely watching her phone.
Jackass.
She definitely was seeing, but she was deaf. And my only thing to that was, okay, you're deaf. I understand you can't hear nothing, but you can feel when a train's coming down the tracks. You don't even have to hear that. You can feel when something's coming. Just a vibration, because there are vibrations. But she was never skilled on her vibrations, and she got hit.
Well, that was her parents' fault.
No. Okay. Go back to my question. Is being aware getting played out? Because she was not aware. Then you shouldn't be looking at you down. Because she was looking down on her phone when she got hit. Even the conductor said she was looking at her phone. He was waving. He was blowing a horn. All that. And she just kept walking. Like, he's seen her walk up. Like, you can... The timing of it, the hitting was... You could not be more crazier. But she was in her phone. Looking. So... Looking so much to where her vibration senses went off. Her vibration sensor went off. She couldn't hear already. And she got hit. And that's a crazy that's just one statement of awareness. And like you say, being awareness, like you better know what's going on the street. Knowing about your awareness, where you're going at, where you're at, what position you're putting yourself in. Is that not important?
Duh.
Can you actually get yourself put in a position where you don't even know it before it's too late?
No, if you don't pay attention to your surroundings.
But what if it's your friends and they're like, oh, it's cool?
It don't matter. You don't trust nobody. You trust your instinct, your inner voice. Your inner voice will always tell you.
What do you tell people who say, well, these are my friends and they would never put me in a bad position?
First of all, that's why Miss Kiki roll alone. Fuck a friend. Friends only there when you need comfort or you need security. And you're there to listen to them gripe about this, that, and whatever.
Is there such thing as a friend? Okay, I'm listening.
So at the end of the day, how many of your real friends is going to be around you? Or how many of your real friends is going to abandon you or put you in a sticky situation that you don't want to be in? It could be two things.
Are they your friends or are they associates?
They're associates. They're not friends. And back to your awareness. When you choose not to be aware, that's when a whole lot of negativity shows up. When you are aware of your surroundings, only positive can come about. Like if you're walking and you're aware of your surroundings, you can find money on the floor. Not saying that you need it, but, God makes sure that he shows a path for you.
Can you also be aware of the people that's around you, the vicinity you're in, the location you're in, the place that's, even if it's your first time here and you've never been here, that you know that there's awareness to that? You should know that. You should always know where it is, your location, where you're going.
First of all,
who you with.
I'm gonna put a little incident. I'm not saying this is me. I'm not saying this is someone else.
We listening.
But let's say my first time in Frisco.
I thought you thought.
Right? And I'm walking up the street trying to get back to my car. I ain't never been in this neighborhood before in my life. But you don't think I'm not going to be aware of what's going down and what animals is coming or what animals I hear in a distance or
Who's
whatever,
trying to talk to you?
or what person may say, "Can I have $1?" Or whatever.
Can I get a cigarette? Can I get a conversation? Can I get
whatever.
you off? Can I get you off what you're doing? Focus.
So, I pay attention.
So being aware is will help your life. You think that would help your life expectancy?
Duh.
Because rest in peace to the people who weren't paying attention when it happened.
No, sometimes you can't avoid some shit.
That's true. I'm not saying that, but I know there's another 90% of stuff. If you was aware before you was aware, you would be aware.
But then you got some instance where you get entwined with other people. Their motives may be so ridiculous that,
you weren't aware of it.
You wasn't prepared for it.
Prepared, okay. Aware and prepared come together. They're like cousins. Be aware and be prepared.
Yes.
Because if you're prepared, then you ain't gotta be aware.
No. Then you know how to react. It's a big difference.
And do you always have to react in fear?
No. But you gotta react to protect yourself as well. You never know what might happen. People do grimy shit, especially if they needy.
But not everybody's grimy though. Not everybody's grimy though.
It's just like the old saying, when they go to rob somebody, you only robbing what they have on hand.
And if they broke, you
have in their goddamn bank account.
And if
you will go to their bank account and take out as much as you can, but you ain't taking out what they really have. You can't get what they have.
But $100, maybe $200.
So you just rob somebody for pennies. Leave them the fuck alone. Go out there and do what you need to do to earn what you can get.
But you gotta understand, there's
that kind of karma come back to people.
It do.
When you rob them, somebody gonna rob your bank account.
Rob you of your life.
And this time they gonna rob you for everything that you have. Because you over here being grimy to somebody.
And they could maybe not even rob you of anything.
Did what you had to do. But your inner demons is getting into your head and making you do dumb shit. But that's not this thought you thought. We're talking about awareness. Just like if you go to the ATM, what's the main thing you do when you get in there? You look around to see who else is in there with you. Or you look around to see who behind you.
I go to banks and make deposits out the bank, but if you go to the ATM, yeah, you better be aware. You're right. You better be aware. Because that is, like you said, robbing some people, it's the easiest one. So if you're 16, 17, 18 years old, hearing this, 15, 25, 30, 45, and you go into an ATM, be aware. You are on food status.
Or like I was I'm not gonna say the restaurant, but I went to a restaurant recently and I was checking to see what I can get myself to eat. So I went over to the soup station because I was hungry. After seeing the lady dip her personal spoon into the ladle and then drop the ladle back into the soup, and then after she tasted it, and I realized there's no other spoons with that color. They had clear spoons at this so-called restaurant. And this woman had a white spoon and she dipped it in the ladle. And instead of removing that content, she just dropped the ladle back into the soup. I thought that was very disgusting. Because you just contaminated the whole soup. So, I got my behind up out of there. I was disgusted to a point where I just like, I'm not doing that. So I went to the manager because I know the person. And I said, hey, you need to remove that soup. He said, why? What happened? And I explained. I said,
So you was at a buffet?
No, it wasn't a buffet. I just happened to sit there and say to the manager, I'm not saying the manager's name. I was like, you need to remove the soup. And I pointed out the lady. And I said, I explained to him what she did. And he was like, he just picked up the whole contents and told everybody else there's no more soup for the rest of the day.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, thank you for letting me know.
Okay, and?
He was like,
what happened?
They banned the lady from the restaurant.
And what was the purpose of all this?
All she had to do was stick. If you're going to taste the soup, you put it in an additional cup. Put the ladle in additional cup. Don't taste test with no damn spoon. That's disgusting. Nobody wants your germs.
So you're talking about awareness of people eating your food? I think you should not share food with people.
It's not sharing food. If you go into a public restaurant and you self-serving your soup.
I think people should quit going public restaurants and just get that out. That should be eliminated from this life, period. Public restaurants should be just done with. This is Mr. Unknown thoughts. You don't have to agree, but...
See, this is why my business will never grow, because of people like you.
No.
Thought.
I'll have no problem. No. If you come to a restaurant, you should never serve yourself. It should be served to you. People should not be able to have access to touching any food in a restaurant. That's just big mama. That's grandma rules. Some grandma knows something. If you have that grandma, you already know what I'm talking about. Grandma, no, nobody touches nothing until grandma sells everybody. It's one person serving everybody. Not everybody's getting their fucking hands in it. I feel you on that. But I got another question for you.
Okay, I'm waiting.
I'm going to ask you this question before. But nowadays, in this world that people live in, which is, if you watch TV, you got a certain mindset. If you don't watch TV, you have a certain mindset. If you care less about government and all this stuff, you have a different mindset. So I don't know what mindset that you have, or you might not have, or I'm not putting you in the box. I'm not saying nothing. I'm just like the listeners. I'm listening. I don't know nothing. But I'm curious. Do you think in our society, fear is part of the formula to the people? I'm not talking about you. I'm just talking about the people. Do you think the people in positions other than ours or yours who tell you have to live in a city or a county, or they tell you all these things you need to go to tell you all your whole life, do you think that's really necessary?
First of all, the government used fear on a lot of tactics.
So you believe in government?
No. Let me finish.
Okay.
Any politician that get up on that podium instill fear to make you...
And what's a politician?
Listen, if you don't know what a politician is, I think you need to look in a dictionary. Like I said, anybody that get up on that podium...
Is that an American dictionary? Or is that
that's everywhere.
Or is that an international dictionary?
Okay. Look it up. I'm not doing your job for you. If you don't know what a politician is, I'm quite sure you do, but you're trying to be funny, and I'm not going to go there.
I'm trying to be funny.
Let me finish what I'm saying, and then you're not going to ask another question while I'm in the middle of a question. So, I'm going to say my answer, then you get your chance, and then you can rebuttal all you want. But back to what I was saying. Anytime that a person would step in front of that mic, they want to instill fear, especially if they want their point across. Like, let's say year 2020 pandemic.
I don't know what that is.
When everybody was afraid of COVID.
I don't know what that is either. I don't know what that is either, but...
When we all know COVID-19 was nothing but a common cold.
I've heard it was on Lysol. It was on Lysol cans in like 2020 and 2010.
Look it up.
I don't know what that
I
means.
could give you an encyclopedia from 1998.
But who told you
and
this?
I guarantee you, when you look into the 1998 encyclopedia and see COVID, it clearly says common cold. So all y'all was afraid of a common cold.
I was not. I'm not y'all.
And y'all still afraid of the common cold. If somebody cough, sneeze, whatever, y'all freaking go in fear because these politicians, not saying nobody name, and steered it so much. Oh, you couldn't touch this, you couldn't touch that. Now remember 2019, when everybody was getting the first wave of all this crap. They wanted y'all to run out and go get the flu shot.
Never heard about that.
Those who got the flu shot did not get sick with COVID-19.
I've been giving shots out since I've known people.
So, I ain't saying my story, I ain't saying your story. I'm just telling you. It was a wave hit in 2019 in November. Everybody got sick where I used to work.
I didn't get sick.
And it was just funny. When it's 4,000 people get sick at one time, we all run into ER or whatever.
But nobody saw these people get sick.
None of us was put on the ventilator. We were all treated like we had the flu. So, in January, when people started getting sick, they treated y'all with a ventilator. The same signs and symptoms. But they instill so much fear into you.
Who?
Y'all, the television, social media, your friends, your family.
What is fear?
Any damn thing that makes someone scared of something.
I don't know how being scared is. I don't know what that. MrUknown don't understand what being scared is. That's a new thing. Like being scared of what? What are you supposed to be scared of?
Well, you might not have been scared, but then there was a lot of dummies out here that were.
Scared of what?
Every time you turn around, you were rocking a mask.
It's been 4 years. Scared of what? Scared of dying?
You had to go put
are you scared of dying? Is that what you're saying?
Mask on your face just so you didn't breathe. But you smelling your own stinky breath in your own mask.
So I mean, what are they scared of, though?
I just want
to ask you. I'm asking you. Because you know about this thing I know. What were they scared of? Are they scared
They were afraid of somebody else's stinky ass breath.
Are they scared about dying or getting sick? Or are they scared about...
Supposedly.
I mean, so you're saying people are scared of death? Which is a natural thing.
First of all, like I say, if God wanted to kill you, he would have killed your ass way before this damn pandemic hit.
Okay, well, without God, I mean, without putting God in the situation, if you want to die...
If the devil wanted you... If God or the devil wanted you,
without neither of those people in the conversation, can we have another conversation about what are you scared of? What are you scared of?
If Jack the Bunny came out of nowhere, that's why I said Jack the Bunny. He could be Jack the Killer for all we give a fuck. Jack the Bunny came out and wanted you to die, he'd have took your life.
But why would you be scared of that? Why would you be scared of
that? Because people get afraid of fucking a roach on the street.
Why are people scared of death?
People are afraid of a roach. People are afraid of a bee. People are afraid of a fly.
Why are people scared of?
Because that's what they've been told to be afraid of.
Exactly. You made my point. Because people are told to be scared of. And if you was never taught to be scared of anything, this is the whole another life that people live. Like MrUknown, like. There's no such thing. There's fear in other people's life, but there's people who live with no fear, like at all. That doesn't mean that they're clumsy. Doesn't mean they're clumsy. Doesn't mean that these kinds of people are clumsy or dumb But I understand what you're saying because you're making stuff more real to the people who are listening. There are people who are living in fear. There are people who live in fear. And I want to let them know that you can live in fear, and you can also not live in fear the rest of your life.
But
it's
then
just
you
a
got
thought
then
process.
you got some people
Okay.
who get scared off of something that happened to them in the past. Like, God forbid, people are afraid of dogs because a dog might have bit them.
Okay.
So, yeah, I can understand that type of fear.
But do you
that's
understand
not going to stop you from doing your job.
But you understand.
If you were a mailman.
So could fear be equivalent to you just run down the street and you trip? Yeah. Okay.
Oh, you're just a clumsy motherfucker.
No. No, you got bit. Okay, whatever. You got bit, whatever. But you decided to keep running. Like, it's equivalent to a breath. Like, when you sneeze, a sneeze is equivalent to what you just said. Well, the worst. Okay. Are you going to stop breathing? No, you're not going to stop breathing. If you sneeze real hard, you're going to stop breathing? No, you're going to keep breathing. You're going to keep breathing. So if you say fear, oh, well, I'm scared I might sneeze, and then you sneeze, and you're like, damn, I sneezed. And then you sneeze 4 or 5 times. I was so scared of sneezing once, and I did it 4 or 5 times. Now you can't be scared no more. Because whatever you said you were scared of, you did it. You've already been put past your fear. To the point that you were saying, like, some people are scared of ants, roaches. Yeah, okay. You were scared that first time. You can't be scared the second, the third, fourth, fifth time after that.
It depends on the situation.
Okay, I understand that. And that's why this is Thought You Thought conversation, because I'm here trying to raise awareness for people. Like, if you think whatever you've been through is the first time you've been through that, I'm gonna ask you, do you think that everything that you've been through, you're the first person to ever go through what you feel through? Has there been other people behind you, before you? Probably. Millions of people?
But you're
Probably.
not them. You don't know what they did before you.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying people who believe in fear.
Basically, you got to worry about yourself. You can't worry about the next person and how they react with fear.
You can't worry, period. That's my thing. You can't worry, period.
First of all, you can't tell nobody not to worry about anything. They're going to do what they want to do.
Yes, you can. Because if you tell them not to worry, they never worry.
You can
never worry.
Not to worry. But deep down inside, it's all up to the person.
If they want to worry.
To follow suit on not worrying.
Well, okay, it's equivalent to the person when people say, if you know better, you do better. Like, so if you know not to worry, if you know worrying, all it does is hold you back, you will not do that again. All worrying does is hold you back. Like, I hope I get up today instead of the people who do it every day. Like, I just get up. I just get up and do it. I do it. But people have different thoughts. But if you know better, you do better, right? If you know better, you do better. But that doesn't apply to everybody. That's why I thought you thought. But if you listen, yes, you don't get it now. You're going to get it later. You don't get it right now? Well, you're going to play this shit back and be like, damn, okay. I remember when I was like that. Now I've moved forward. I move forward. You know what? I used to fear shit.
Then you got those bitter Betties. Bitter Betty. Bitter Betty is always worried about something.
Well, those are people.
And then they're the most angriest ones that's on this planet. Because they can't stand people, and they can't stand whatever. But that's their fear of being happy.
They don't want to.
Because they're bitter Betty.
They don't. No, they don't. They're like it's similar to a caterpillar.
No.
Who never becomes a butterfly. He wants to stay caterpillar. Everybody wants to stay caterpillar. Nobody wants to be the block. When you caterpillar and you got the thing and you moving all over the place and you could get anywhere you want. It's the illest thing because you're doing it all by yourself. But when you're a butterfly, yeah, sometimes the wind blows you this way. Sometimes the wind blows you that way.
No, you got to be strong enough to go with the current. Sometimes you got to learn to go on your own path. But sometimes you can't even do that.
Exactly. But people don't want to come out the cocoon to even do that. So I understand what you're saying.
When they do come out the cocoon, they still think they caterpillar that's running around, and they still got fear.com in their head.
But I want to say 80% of people
angry and still be that bitter person.
I want to say
too.
90% of the people are like that. They want to stay in their cocoon. I want to say 10% of the people come out to the butterfly, like, and they learn from that 10, the 90%, the 10% that does do that. They grow so much because they're ready to step out that goddamn
Even
cocoon.
when they do grow, they still bitter. They still angry. They got animosity towards this person and that person, and they think they're better than the next person at all.
Can I ask you this question?
Deep down inside, they still that darn caterpillar that ain't gonna grow.
Can I ask you
Even
this
when
question?
they in their new field of work,
I thought you thought.
and they still getting they job done. They still instill fear. And they still want to sit here and think that everything else is supposed to be handed to them instead of earned.
Probably because they watching other people. And do you not understand? Not you, per se. People listening.
I wouldn't care.
People listening. Yeah, people who want other things. Like, if you're constantly watching over the fence, you will never be able to build your fence. The fact that you get to look over somebody else's fence is because they have already built their fence. And they have their own thing.
Hold on. Or they didn't build their fence. They just took their fence from someone else. And then
you can't take confidence from nobody else.
If you take something from someone else after they gave it to you, you didn't You didn't earn crap.
Talking about confidence?
No, I'm talking about value. Let's say somebody
has value. You have value.
Somebody give you money, right?
Which is nothing.
Let me finish. They give you money that you didn't even earn. And then yet again,
parents.
You think that you are entitled to this because of
parents. That's a parent
value.
Thing.
It's not no parent thing.
What you describe as what parents do. Just give you money for another reason.
No.
That's a parent thing.
No. I'm not talking about the child.
Okay, well, I'm just saying that what you described was.
No.
I'm saying what you described was. No. I'm saying I'm not describing that. I'm saying the mentality from the person that receives that. That's what I'm saying. The mentality of the person who receives this message is like, I should get more. I should do this. I should get why they get this? I should get this too because I see it all the time. That's what I'm saying.
No.
If you think you say entitled, I'm saying you say entitled. Like I understand.
You ain't entitled to nothing that you did not earn. I'm sorry.
That's the same thing as parents. We're saying the same thing. Like kids.
I'm talking about parents. Okay.
I'm talking about.
I don't think parents should be reaping off what their children do.
No. I'm saying.
Let me finish.
You're right. No, we agree. We agree right there. I'm saying.
Think that parents should get anything from their children.
No. I'm gonna agree with you. I'm saying. I'm agree with you 100%. I'm saying is a child shouldn't say, well, exactly what you were saying. A child should say, well, this is what I expect and this is what I should get. That's not real reality in the world.
I didn't say nothing about a child. I said I don't think parents should be griping off of their children's success.
Yeah, I agree. We agreed on that. We're past that.
So,
but there are people who do that, which sucks. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, and then when you get this hiatus or this big balloon of a head,
it's called exploiting your children.
When you sitting here having them do all that work, and you could have been doing that shit yourself. But yet again, when you sit here and rely on that, that's why, per se, with my instance, I don't rely on my children.
I don't know. I didn't know that you had children.
I'm just saying. If I did have kids, I wouldn't rely on them to do anything for me. Because I'm self-aware to do anything on my own. And I can do it 3 times better than the next person.
As a parent, all parents want their kids to end up eventually. If you have good kids, they're going to take care of you.
I wouldn't want them to take care of me.
No.
Why would you want them to take care of you?
I mean, I'm not talking about take care of you in no time. I'm talking about taking care of when you can't take care of yourself. When you shit on yourself, yes, your kids if
They
they can,
better give me a damn nurse.
if they,
Fuck
no,
that.
listen to what I'm saying. You're talking about as kids, as full body parents. I'm talking about if you can't even know what day it is, you don't know what day it is, you just waking up and you just shitting on yourself. Yeah, your kids shouldn't have to take care of you, but if they have in a position where they can have somebody take care of you, yes, do that. That's what I'm saying. But to say, and I agree with you say, hey, if you're here to exploit your kid, like we were saying, if you're here to exploit your kid for some money about I'm making money off my kid, yeah, that's just the worst. I mean, we've seen this our whole life. I mean, ask Michael Jackson. Shit, his parents exploited him his whole life. He never got to have a regular childhood that everybody else gets to do. He never got that. His thing was you have to be on. But anyways, that's all point. What I'm saying is I thought you thought that everybody expected things and want things and everybody wants to have a perfect life and I should expect this and I should expect this and, I shouldn't exploit my kids. This is what happens in real life. All this stuff is happening. I'm just trying to tell y'all and anybody listening, you don't have to do none of this shit that you've heard about in your life, ever. You don't have to do that. You don't have to wait for your parents to take care of you. You ain't got to wait for your parents to love you. You ain't got to wait for your grandparents to love you. You need to love yourself. The more you love yourself,
people don't love themselves.
And if you love yourself, then you can love your grandparents. Reverse what I'm saying. Then you can love your mom. Then you can love everything. But when you don't love yourself and you blame, my mom don't let me do this, my dad don't let me do it, everybody's an excuse because you don't want to take responsibility for what every action you make, because you know who makes every decision in your life? It's always going to be you. I thought you thought. It's going to be you make every decision in your life. Nobody else. It's going to be other entities, negative energies that come in your life and force you to do things. That's just life. That's just life.
You know what cracks me up about people? When they say, well, there's no good job for people of color. They don't pay us the same as anybody else.
Everybody's colored, so sounds stupid.
Let me explain something. When I used to work for a formal job, right? And I used to hear people say that crap. But when you word your resume one way and then your performance dictate another way, and then you wonder why you can't get the job you do have, because your performance ain't where it is.
I'm going to say he played dumb and played smart, because like I always say, dumb people can always play smart, but smart people never play dumb.
But then you got those who pad their resume and they can't even handle the responsibilities that they do have.
They can't.
So I call that the trolling of a resume. Because when you sit here and want to troll shit, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that word. When you trolling stuff, I just sit there and I laugh at things like that. You can troll a lot of things, but we need to go and talk about another topic, because that's a whole nother thought you thought.
Biatch, I thought you thought.